Hello, welcome. We are here at Fuji. I am back. Last weekend I was not here for reasons, and we are back. Now it is Felix Givers, the man who is currently third in the championship on pole. I'm right in the championship battle. Held to fit on 61 points. Solario on 60. They're down in 10th and 13th today as we get going for the 18 minutes here at Fuji, and it's Kabaira who gets a very nice getaway off the line. And we'll go into turn one with a good advantage. Jones is going to be up the inside ahead of Montcalm. Watson is then 4th, and then behind them in 5th is Magliari, and then Saffron, Jones, Moritz. Solario is already up to 8th, and then Camille and Scherer. So Guerrero's leads from Jones, Montcalm, Watson, Magliaro, Moritz, and Jones. 8th place is Helson Phillip, and that's no real win for Solario. So the man who currently leads who's currently second in the championship is not going to score any points here unless something major happens. Let's have a look what happened with Solario behind Jones. Ow! And that's a big collision with Staufhaus. So that's going to be bad news for Solario. So goodbye with Lee Jones. John Jones, that is. Montcalm, and then Watson, Magliaro, Moritz, Saffron, Jones. Helson Phillip is now 8th. And Solario's got a bit of traffic behind him with Lemons and Yadeva. As well, Lemons who got her first points of the season last time out when we went to Dubai. And she's going to get ahead of Solario here. And you'd be hoping that Yadeva can do the same. But here comes George Adio out the inside, and he gets past two of them in one corner and makes his way up into the top 10. So we're going to go look at the fight for P2. It's John Jones, I think, got a poor exit off the final corner. And so Pierre Montcalm is going to come to the inside, trying to take P2 into turn 1. And Montcalm, has he got P2 as they come out of turn 1? He has. So Pierre Montcalm, the season 1 champion, whose defence has been slightly halted lately, failed to score points in Dubai last time out and has really struggled to put a big result this season together. But he's up to second right now. So Staufhaus, Solario, Camille and Valaderas are all in the pit. So I don't know what happened to them. Boris is also well out of it. So there must have been a further incident further down. Watson is 4th. Moritz, Magliaro. Here comes Saffron Jones trying to get ahead of Magliaro. Saffron Jones has scored points in every way she's finished the season. The only way she didn't score points was the way she failed to finish, and that was Brands Hatch. Alessio Magliaro just ahead of her. So off the final corner we go. 15 minutes to go. Ramirez leads. Montcalm, Jones, that is John, then Watson, Moritz, Magliaro, Saffron, Jones, and then Helson Phillip, Lemons. Caleb Powell currently rounding up the points. That would be his first points of the series. His best result of the season, Jones. Sorry, not Jones, Powell. 17th, and that was last round in Dubai. Here goes the move for 6th place. This is Saffron Jones trying to get ahead of Alessio Magliaro into turn 1. Then as we come out of turn 1, I think she got a really poor exit. And she was caught up the inside, and so Magliaro will stay P6. In the background there, you can see the championship leader Helson Phillip running in P8 right now, as Jordan Morris has now come into the pit lane. So Jackson Morris. So his quest for his first points of the season looks like they'll continue. But let's see if Saffron Jones can get ahead of Magliaro. We're also going to keep an eye on the fight for P4. And here goes Jones to the move into the chicane. Bit of a dive bomb, and that forces Magliaro out a bit wide. We've got a car off the track in the background, and Saffron Jones got through, and that's Watson, who's dropped down to 8th. Now, I was going to mention we need to keep an eye on the fight for P4. So I don't know what happens with Watson and Moritz, but I guess we'll find out as Jones got ahead of Magliaro. Oh no, Watson just lost it on his own end. Got onto the curb and got all out of shape. So that's a frustrating error from Watson. And he throws away a good result. And now he's under pressure from Ismail Levens, but Saffron Jones got ahead of Magliaro and is now into the top 5. Montcalm is coming under a bit of pressure from the other Jones of John. Not too much at this stage, but there is a little bit. 4 places Morizzi. And then behind them is Saffron Jones and Magliaro and Helmston Phillip, and then Watson who's under pressure from Levens. In the background there you can see Caleb Powell running just inside the top 10, just ahead of Alex Rodriguez, who, after scoring a couple of impressive results at the end of last season, has failed to really kick on this year. But he did get off the mark for the season in points last night, and here goes Levens for 8th place. As in the background there I saw somebody coming into the pits, and we got a front wing off. Oh, that's contact between Helmston Phillip and Magliaro. And that's the front wing of Helmston Phillip that we saw flying off. So the championship leader will not be able to take advantage of Solario's slip-up. And this is what happened with Helmston Phillip. Behind Magliaro as we went into turn 1. And just outbroke himself and goes straight into the back of him. And I think Magliaro avoided damage. But he is now outside the top 10. So we're going to focus on the fight for P9 because Alex Rodriguez just got ahead of Caleb Powell. But Powell's going to come back to the inside, won't happen there, and then he goes a little bit off. So we're going to now go focus on the fight for P2 because John Jones has caught up to the back of Pierre Montcalm. It was Adio and Mariam who have both come into the pits further down the order. But Felix Gilbert has driven a brilliant race out in front. Montcalm 2nd, John Jones 3rd, Moritz and then the other Jones in 5th. And then Lemon 6th, Watson 7th, Helmston Phillip 8th, Rodriguez 9th, and Powell in 10th. John Jones lost a bit of time through there, and now Levens just trying to get ahead of Watson through the chicane. Not going to happen there for her. "12 minutes 14 to go. And now we're going to go see John Jones try to get back ahead of Montcalm, who is really struggling for pace right now. John Jones might be spilling blood in the water here. Into turn 1, and it will go for the move. And in the end, he gets that done pretty easily. And John Jones moves back up to 2nd. And now we're going to see Levens round the outside of Watson into turn 1. She then goes off the track. And that's well off into the gravel trap. And then she spins across the track and into the wall. In fact, though, she just avoided the wall. But she has lost a lot of time. She's now dropped down to 8th place as Rodriguez and Helmston Phillip both came into the pits. Which means Magliaro is now 9th. Devil is 10th. Here goes Musselberger trying to get ahead of Sankhun. That's for 11th. He'll get that done. Whoa, that was Mahutza going a bit wide out in the background. Here comes Leshiov, who started this race last. Right around the outside. Won't happen there. Then he makes contact with Scherer. So that's all kicking off outside of the top 10. We're going to go focus on the fight for 3rd place now because Montcalm has obviously made a mistake somewhere, but he's now dropped down to 5th. So this will happen with Montcalm. So he was right behind Jones, and then he just goes a little bit wide there, and so he's compromised his run. Now here comes Moritzi. She's initially trying to go around the outside, and Montcalm has that fairly well defended, and then she gets caught up behind. Now because Montcalm is still going a bit slowly, that then drags Saffron Jones into the fight, and then Moritzi gives Montcalm a little nudge from behind, that forces him a little bit offline. That's how she got past, and then Jones had a better exit off the outside because Montcalm was squeezed up on the inside, and that's how she got through into P4. So it's Moritzi 3rd, Jones 4th. Montcalm's dropping back for the field now. He's dropped all the way down to 5th. The good news is he has got 4.5 seconds of Watson behind, so that should be as far as he should realistically fall. 6th place is then Watson. 7th place is Caleb Powell, who looks good for his first points of the season. And then 11th is 8th, Magliaro, Yadeva, Musselberger, Sankhun Vai, who has had some good qualifying pace, but scored a podium in Essington. That was about it for his season. Muppets, and then Leshiov and Scherer, and then Arvidsson, the last of those who hasn't pitted. And we're now going to see Saffron Jones trying to get up into P3 ahead of Simona Moritzi into turn 1. Has she got the place? Moritzi's going to try and hold it, and Montcalm might fancy gaining some lost time as well, but Saffron Jones moves up into the podium spots and is up to P3. So currently a double podium for the Joneses, which I think is the first time that's happened in the series. Now let's see if Montcalm can get ahead of Moritzi. A Season 1 champion who's clearly got talent, but it hasn't quite gone to plan this year for a number of reasons. Right now he is currently sat 7th in the championship. 31 points behind the championship leader, Helverson Phillip. For context, Montcalm only has 30 points this season. So he needs something good, but he is going to gain a lot of time this race because, well, Helverson Phillip and Solario both out of the points. Third in the championship is Ramirez, though. Although Motorsport and Mariam have sort of thrown away any chance they sort out at points. So this race is going to play nicely into the hands of someone like a Ramirez, Saffron Jones, Pierre Montcalm, Simona Ritze is going to get some solid points. Those couple of drivers are going to get some really valuable championship points in this round. As we go with 9 minutes to go and we're at halfway. Montcalm closing up to Moritz. He's got a nice slipstream for the straight. He now pulls out for the move. This is for P4, but he lost a lot of time there for some reason. I don't know if he had a dodgy upshift or what, but that's going to be comfortably P4 for Moritz into turn 1. 6th place behind those Watson. Lemons is 7th. Powell is 8th. McLaren 9th. Then Musselberger and Yadeva. As we see Musselberger catching up to the back of Magliari. This is for P9. With behind him in 11th Yadeva. And then it's George Wright who runs in 12th ahead of Sankman and Mufawitza. And then Sherman and Lesher having a bit of a battle. And then Arvidsson, who's really had a very disappointing season. But there we go. Let's see if Musselberger will make the move on Magliari. He will not go for it through the chicane. Jesmond Jadera just behind them, who's had a very good rookie season. Showing plenty of pace, finished on the podium last time out at Dubai. And he would not mind getting his hands on this battle here for P9 if the opportunity arises. But we're going to go focus on the fight for P4. As Pierre Montcalm is making up a bit of time on Moritz, and he's got a very nice run going into turn 1. Montcalm to the inside, this is for P4. And Pierre Montcalm, is he through? They're still side by side. I think he's just ahead, but he gets a little bit offline. That's going to allow Moritz back up the inside. But Pierre Montcalm has got P4. And a good move now. Something must happen to Ramirez because he lost a lot of time. So we'll have a look what happens to Felix Ramirez. Oh! That's what happened to Felix Ramirez, as he just got caught in the curve and he lost everything. So he is bang out of shape. That could potentially overlook the avenue for John Jones, but I don't think it will. South went third, then Montcalm and Moritz, who are going to continue their fight. I'm sure of it. As Musselberger did get out of Magliaro at some point. And we can now see Mufawitza as he tries to get ahead of Sankin for 13th, because whoever gets ahead of here could end up in a fight for the points. But I don't think it's going to happen there. With 6.5 minutes to go here in Fuji, Felix Ramirez on course for his first win of the season. Let's go see. Across the line, 6 minutes to go. If Magliaro can potentially... No, he lost a bit of time about that final corner, probably not. Could see Rai get ahead of Yadeva though. In the fight for 11th, and Rai is looking like he's going to make a move. Into turn 1. Will George Rai move up to 11th place ahead of Jesmond Yadeva? The answer looks to be yes, and he has. Next up is Magliaro, who's in the points. As it stands anyway, with 5 minutes 20 to go. Motorsport is sort of there with Montcalm, and then any time I go to sort of focus on it, they always end up a bit too far back for me to really care. So, there we go. As Powell's now beginning to get slightly closer by Sebastian Musselberger here, who has gained a lot of time in this final sector on the American, who looks good to get his first points of the season as it stands, but we will see. Sebastian Musselberger, who currently is only 23rd in the championship, he has 1 point in this season. That came at Bathurst, and Powell gets a poor run off the final corner, and here comes Musselberger, pulling alongside in off the straight, and that mistake out the final corner, and Musselberger got a beautiful drive, and that's not even going to be close to turn 1. Sebastian Musselberger up to 8th. What would be his best result of the season so far. It wants been a testing season for the German, but he will take that position with any amount in hand, and here now comes Alessio Magliaro. These are 3 drivers you probably didn't expect to see on your screens fighting it out for 8th place today. Musselberger, Powell and Magliaro, who coming into this weekend have a combined 3 points, are currently fighting it out for the last 3-point positions. So, this is what you need to see. And when they're given the opportunities like this, they've got to take them. Musselberger's driven off into the sunset so far. Magliaro now going to be trying to get ahead of Powell, and in the background there is George Rye, who I know the standings may not suggest it, but he has shown time and time again in qualifying this season that he has got pace in that car. Out in front as well, John Jones has got the gap down to 6/10, so we'll keep an eye on that one as we head into the chicane here. No move for Magliaro behind them, and you can see there George Ryan in the background behind him, Jesmond Jadeva, who doesn't look like he'll be scoring points today, but never say never. He has also proven to be a very quick driver this season. As we will see, Magliaro trying to get ahead of Powell. Ahead of Powell, by the way, Musselberger's already driven 8/10 off into the distance, so there we go. He's putting in a shift as I say that, though. I think he just made a mistake there, and now Caleb Powell's right back onto his rear end. As out in front, we're going to go look at the fight for the lead, because John Jones has got the race here into turn 1. John Jones now leads the Grand Prix, and that would be his first win of the season. And this is how he did it on Felix Camargo. He's got a beautiful slipstream down the straight, moves to that right-hand side, and up the inside he goes. And we have a new race leader. Felix Camargo has driven beautifully to that point. Safon is third, then Montcalm-Moritz. Let's go see what's going to happen in the fight for P8. We'll also keep an eye on Camargo tries to make a move back, but Magliaro has got a beautiful one on Caleb Powell, and he's going to move to the right-hand side into turn 1. Can Magliaro get the place from Powell? He's a little bit too far back, but he's going to send it up the inside. But he has to back out of that move. That just cost him more time and tyres. And now George Wright is firmly onto the back of him. So we'll see what happens there. So John Jones leads Magliaro. Safon Jones is third. Montcalm 4th. Moritz 5th. Watson 6th. Lemon 7th. Musselberger is 8th. Then there's the fight for P9 that's now developing between Powell, Magliaro and Vi with 2 minutes to go. So keep an eye on this one, because these few little points could add up at the end of the season. Because obviously if you can't secure yourself a drive, and Magliaro gives Powell a nudge and he has to go wide. And that then allows Wright to get through and Caleb Powell. And it looks like his drought for points this season might continue here, as he got nudged off the track by the looks of it by Magliaro. And that then allows Wright through as well, and Powell slightly losing the rear end there. So we'll see if the American has got anything left in that car to give, to try and possibly get back into the points. Back there you can see Yadero, and then further back from Upper with Sankman and Scherer. With 1 minute 12 to go. So Jones is on what I would assume to be the final lap of the race. But I don't know, he is quite far ahead of these guys. And Rye is now onto the back of Magliaro. This is the fight for P9. Powell's already dropped a second away, so I don't know if he's just killed the tyres. But he doesn't look to have anything left to give at this point, unless he is just saving for one last final lap. But that would seem like a very stupid strategy to do. So there we go. And Safon Jones has gone off the track. I think she's off down at the chicane, and so she was running P3, and that would have been a big result for her, but unfortunately she's now dropped down to 5th. And that pushes Montcalm up onto the podium, which will be the Season 1 champion's first podium of the season, and that is how Safon Jones goes from 3rd to 5th. And I don't think there's any chance of her recovering P3, because she's now about 6 seconds behind Pierre Montcalm. So, there we go. 15 seconds to go. Where is Jones? Okay, so we are going to get one more lap. Gabaiwes is coming in. He's stuck in first. Oh my god, the drama. Felix Gabaiwes, who was leading the race for about 90% of the race, then drops down to P2. And now he is stuck in first. And that is not what Felix Gabaiwes needed, because he was third in the championship and he was surely going to lead the championship coming out of this round. But now he is stuck in first. And Felix Gabaiwes, with some very unfortunate mechanical problem, is coming into the pits. And he's out of the race. And it's heartbreak for the Portuguese man. So Jones is surely going to win. Montcalm is second, Moritz third. Saffron Jones is fourth. Watson fifth. Levin sixth. Martin seventh. Vi just ahead of back there. Powell is going to get points as it stands. Moritz was just ahead of Yedeva. So Vi got ahead of Magliaro. We'll see what Magliaro has got left in the tank to fight him back for P8 on the final lap. What a chaotic final couple of laps for the championship fight, because we saw Gabaiwes now retired. Saffron Jones lost a place or two. And even at the end of the top 10, we had a brilliant little fight for a bit. As Martin Williams got off the track, and he's thrown away points. This chaos between Vi, Magliaro, Martin Williams, and all of these lot has been incredible to watch. But as he come up across the line, John Jones is going to cross the line to win his first race of the season. Might even be his first win of the championship. Montcalm is going to cross the line P2, a big result for the Season 1 championship, who might put himself back in the title fight with that. Simona Moritz will cross the line in third, with Saffron Jones ending up fourth in the end, so she didn't actually lose too much. Watson in fifth. Isabel Lemons in the end is going to have a very solid drive. She's going to end up sixth. I don't think I mentioned her once, but she was in there the whole time. Ryan's going to end up seventh after some beautiful driving late on. Magdala at eighth, Mother at ninth. Caleb Powell gets his first point of the season. Muffet to 11th, Yedeva 12th, Sangman's going to cross the line 13th, Sherrod 14th, Arvinsson 15th, and Leshiov's going to cross the line last of those not to pit in 16th, with Staubhaus, best of those to pit, crossing the line. Actually, no, okay, Leshiov just holds off Staubhaus. Helmston fell at the championship leader. I don't know if he'll still be the championship leader. He crosses the line 18th. Valenderas is going to cross the line P19. In the end, Rodriguez is going to cross the line in 20th. 21st will be Georgia Adio. 22nd will be Solario. 23rd will be Jackson Morris. Who, yeah. With 24th being Celia Camille and Halu Mariam, the last finisher of the race, down in 25th. Felix Gavarius, the only DNF. As we move into the final 3 rounds in Nürburgring, Bahrain, and Hockenheim, it is all to play for in the championship.